There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone. Alright, nothing down to fuck all, Borough. Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over. The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice can name a motor carriage. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The whirling in rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers.
Hello, officer.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is as you approach. He narrows on the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he is waiting for your name. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with...
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area.
This man is doing you a professional courtesy. He knows...
It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that. After, have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation...
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party.
A man in his late 20s with a thin...
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Are you kidding me? It's you. It's obviously you.
See? Everyone agrees it's your color scheme.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been...
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And first...
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while...
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually...
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use to call this...
You said you just got here. From
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep...
But you still know your way around.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here.
I didn't imply that.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound... Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco-Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style.
She went away because none of...
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing. No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. That period of my life is over. Not everyone... I have 3 cafeterias I manage. 3. I don't know who killed him.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree.
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have...
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message. What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
One moment you're running like the wind, Then you've suddenly turned around and are giving him the finger, furiously, with both hands. Why?
Watch out!
Everything goes dark.
Back so soon. It was no accident. Those were disco moves from your spinal cord. The spinal cord has yet to if it comes off like that. It's because it is. And I was wrong to let you go. I should have kept you here.
What do you mean? What do I mean? Are you okay?
No, you have sustained a trauma to your lower neck. In addition, you have strained your left trapezius muscle. Pain surges down your...
The chair took the brunt of it.
Are you sure, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Sir, I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry. The drinks are on the house, okay? There were a lot of drinks on the tab. I still have to charge you for 3 nights.
He's shaken. Barter now and he'll cave in.
Okay, fine. I'll take it off your bill. Sleep in a post-apocalyptic hellhole if you want to. Just know I won't give you another room. Don't thank me yet. You still owe me 60 real for 3 nights stay. And for God's sake, watch out for yourself.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You don't really know, do you? A vague, blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe.
Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Then you are not that far behind, actually. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was, there's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now that's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace.
That's right. You mean like a brief? Do you want... There's no reason to wing. 3 days ago, during that time, the victim had been stripped. Okay then. Was there anything else you wanted to know? It's not a particularly mystery. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. Then you are in luck, because we are in the midst of a
Is this a strike then? Or the first?
I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. Strike, coup, revolution.
You feel something rising through you, a familiar feeling, an opinion taking form.
When I said we have to navigate community matters, I did not mean we have any say.
From an imaginary fan.
Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a piece you don't know. I assumed you were in on it. That's good. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, later. Was there anything else you wanted to know? Good. Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this. But you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Are they? They are mostly just That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical...
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian East.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one.
A point of pride to him.
No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. It's like you're locked down.
Something the matter?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
What do you mean? I have no idea.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
I can't say that it does, no.
The lieutenant produces his... We all have our different mediums.
Good. Let's change the subject.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinet, clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it. The sentiment is called and There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots, anywhere from... Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
I don't dispute that you have been charged with protecting the people of a particularly...
Nothing you can say. Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When asked to comment, former colleagues objected to the theory that his psychological disintegration was precipitated by his wife leaving him. "It's because the Furrows lost that match," said Captain Ptolemy Price.
There is never an inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. Yes, it is. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon... Coming right up, sir. All right. Nothing down to Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this. The song of... like a fly to the ointment.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth. A fiery stream.
Somehow, you know. You hear a jingle. It says, "The whirling in..." A man in his late 20s. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk. A competent work of taxidermy. Looks like the bird. This is the great skua. The small steel tag says as much. The great skua.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you.
No, I'm not.
He's very animated all of a sudden.
That period of my... I have 3 cafeterias. She just...
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't like...
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it. What kind of question is that? I don't know, am I?
Not far from here, a 34-year-old man called Jean Vicmer reluctantly picks his facial hair, while a dark-haired woman in an officer's suit. Have you seen the way he dresses? The man asks. It's like he's not. Let him sort it out for himself. A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his on the counter, rolled out of his open hand. You see a blister pack of headache medicine. It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. Your fingers find their way into the shackle. Flicking open its spring, the man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick. You slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and pop just for the record. You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman, the sleeping dock worker, has little to. The man does not mind. You probably need.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have.
As you approach the door,
Excuse me. I think you may be the person I've been waiting for.
on the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white.
Hello.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Yes, well,
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts.
it looks like we had a little skidding.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
No, I don't think so. We should ask him for. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Okay. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? Sure. But did you take it down from the tree? So, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. I was sent here to meet a detective from. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from.
No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job. Yes. They're not just white rectangles. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage. You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. We all feel that way sometimes. There is.
And then, soon after, dead bodies would be dangling from all the trees.
But first, we have to take it down. I can see you drank last night and the night before. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. Talk to the manager. Then, after you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now.
Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you... Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RC... During that time, a security guard to find him or... There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as Union... That's us.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the...
That's right. You mean like a brief? There's no reason. 3 days ago, during that time. Okay then. No, it's not a particularly. The deceased is a security guard for a corp. I can assure nothing like that will happen. Do you know why not? Because it's not part of...
The gesture resembles an orchestra conductor bringing the choir, so desperately mundane.
I'm afraid you don't know. I assume that's good. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't... Later. Good. Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent. That's a fair point. That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this. But you can't...
Are they? There are more. That's because I'm half sale. It's a part of...
Sale is a protectionist.
You're barking up the wrong...
A point of pride to him.
No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. It's like you're locked down.
Something the matter?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control.
What do you mean? I have no idea.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skill.
What? Think?
The lieutenant, we all have our different
Good. Let's...
The man with the...
Mr.
Yes?
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. Right. Now,
No, I only just got here.
Do you have her...
As a matter of fact...
This sounds like something you can...
You said you just got here.
What, of Martinet?
But you still know...
Yes, I know.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and his face. Ask him about the body's
Behind this building, that's easy.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style. Unified current.
I don't know who...
This is it. He said
Oh, the local...
The debarders themselves?
I don't really know. I would suppose...
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill it.
The lieutenant turns the page.
Haven't you asked me that all? Okay, you got me.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come. But good for you. Was there some...
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 100... Oh! You don't owe me shit!
We do not need to assert ourselves here. We only need instructions from him. This is the proprietor, remember?
You know, I get this all the time. Some hobo comes in here, or some backpack... Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of... Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. What are you, brain damaged? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent...
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange...
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here.
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. Officer, you really need to take this up with your...
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for... You don't really know, do you? South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your... Before you stands a motor carrier. Vapor emanates. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from it. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you. The frequency tableau, the soft purr of...
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably...
This is Officer Alice.
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio station is.
Just a second, officer.
10-2.
The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops...
10-4, message received. 10-18, state your message, sir. 10-4, your badge should have most of your personal details. Look over that. 10-9, over. 10-4, message received.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and...
He what? He lost his badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his... Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He's asking you to stop.
Of course it's serious.
Satellite Officer Vicmar concurs. Losing your badge is serious. Over. He says this has probably happened.
Oh god damn it.
Satellite Officer Vicmar is wondering if...
Mullen dicked us.
10-4, I hear you, officer.
Fuck me. Mac, come here.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost it.
He lost his badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if...
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? Okay, it's gone.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Lying over the phone, it's easy. Just say it like it's the truth. And then it becomes...
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a night. Losing his badge is bad enough.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Over. 10-4, I hear you.
What does he want?
He's asking for...
Is he...
I don't think he...
Don't give that asshole anything.
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says it's...
He isn't.
Request denied, sir. Oh, he said...
Well,
Vicmar said... He said... It's okay.
What did he say?
Did you want anything else, sir? Many of your colleagues are also here.
He's trying to keep you from further embarrassing yourself in front of your...
Let us address them now, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
A metallic drawer.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are... You can do good. It's robust, lets you see things in the dark you would... The pull-out toolbox slides back. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch. As you tap on the gauge, The indicator pin.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start.
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
As always, it's DJ Mesh and Felicia.
A flock of seagulls takes off right away. The lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off.
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe it picked up a random frequency. You wanted a prime line, right?
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on.
Received.
Give it a minute. She might be busy.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? You mean, why did I leave the bar?
Why not?
Let's just say, what? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring...
God, why can't you just mind your own business?
I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing every... No, not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. People don't have the money to have...
So the union has a phone. And
it was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the court. No one calls the police. The union would get angry. You know, what the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the dock workers' union.
Okay. I did...
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
The other people who live around here. Local people. You don't live here. You don't understand. Please, I just didn't want to... I didn't know I had to report it. I thought someone would take him down eventually.
You can almost hear the girl.
Okay. Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law. Oh, no.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw... You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and... You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you...
Oh, those again. I have been... You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple... I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains."
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like, it almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask. Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your... Yes, I know who you are. You're a... You told me back in the whirling. You told Oh.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. weird. Right. It's better to not ask too many.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
You hear the call breaking up.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of
It's not often that I see officers from the RC. What can I do for you? I haven't had any problems
Who are your customers?
All kinds of people come. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained. Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were, and I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept truth be told.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it? It's possible in these parts of town. We ought to find her and discourage her from taking just...
My apologies, officer.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now.
Of course. I doubt it, but I do my best to keep my...
He doesn't know anything. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed.
Sure thing. Sure, man.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some couple of indicator lights are missing from this. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge step. You pull the lever all the way up. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning? You pull the lever, nothing happens. A spring brings wasn't there a sign?
Good morning to you.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving.
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating.
From the corner of your eye.
Very good stuff. I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. It's supposed to operate the waterlock, but safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes? Great! Just drop in on Wednesday if you want to see the waterlock at work. They say the canal crew will be here at 7:15.
The coast part of the map is inaccessible until the third day.
Well, there's the fishing village. Yeah, not really much. Sure thing.
It is salty. It is safe.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
These are all boring. Those UV stickers are almost certain.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium.
Abort. These.
Damn, officer! You.
It's going to be very.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you. You should think this through, officer.
There are clothes inside.
Don't be shy.
Save the economy. That sounds off.
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in sir. Look around, officer. Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children? And what? Oh. Look, man, I'm not into politics.
You see two lowly, defeated.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up.
From another planet. Hey there. It's the jam, my man.
The air from the east is thick with the smell.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon... Yeah.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak. Or he just likes unusual words. Or both.
Yeah, imagine. So tell me, what do you need? It's like, whatever's going on over at the...
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant... I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in,
He doesn't blame them, but he's...
Maybe you should. Cops.
The RCM is a self-managing organization that operates on donations. We promote our own leaders. Okay, but do continue. You were asking about the strike?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. Us lorry drivers, camionneurs, not my thing. Chasing Trent.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded. Nothing. I'm just messing with you, man. Don't... Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any... The bosses, man. Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down in his... Oh, high grade...
Relax. He's merely joking.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sport. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il-Moran market lately. Not unless they've illegalized sports. This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of.
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring island.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The boss...
The man taps his fingers.
Don't be a stranger.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help? We don't see a lot of police around. Of course. What can I help you with? Me? I am just a gardener. I am working. I have a greenhouse in the... Well, as you...
Don't worry, miss. We are...
Salts? Ammoniums?
Of course. Where to? It's there.
Even all the way over here. There's a...
What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of Martinez.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment building, the harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. Some shops and a bridge. The canal, just coast. It's just water. No problem. Of course.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. Silence. No one answers the doorbell. This button looks new, but someone...
This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
An off-key melody.
Kudos! Please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore, so I can't help you. Please don't call here again. Thanks.
A single beep indicate you ring the door. What an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone's hair. All you hear is static, but no. You ring the doorbell. You wait for a minute. Looks like someone has melted half the... You hear static from the intercom speak. You can almost hear them breathe.
Yes, hello. This is...
She sounds almost antique. Wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electrics on the list. The lieutenant exchanged.
It's you.
She must be mistaking you for someone else. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone ever since I came to work.
A spot of static over.
It's so nice to be able...
She sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull passes by.
It must have been some kind of faulty wiring. We should maybe stop playing with this doorbell. It looks ancient.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box. Silence. No one's home. Nothing happens. Silence. This trash container is locked. The sliding, just a track. Your fingers start to itch just looking at that padlock.
We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. I'm going away for a long...
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Murder was the case they gave me.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid.
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno. Right in the dick, Kuno.
It's love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying... The kid is obviously high.
Shitting.
The rake! You should throw...
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
We shouldn't do anything. You will see.
The language these kids are using. Pure, unfettered id.
The fuck?
He's calling us...
Fuck no.
Fast. This kid has got street smarts.
Alright. Entertain the Kuno.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player.
Shitload, pig.
Don't tell the pig.
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even... I don't know. Some Mesk or I don't know. Some other place.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction.
Why you gotta be riding Kuno? You wanna know where Kuno...
Don't tell him that.
It's not fucking lame.
Lame.
That's the name of Kuno City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about...
It's impossible to deduce what it is about. At least...
Kuno's fuck imp.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch. That you're testing.
Get lost,
Right, Pig? This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want? Don't be wondering about Kuno's shit, Pig. Yes, absolutely. Why? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno's...
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the...
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Trying to get...
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his... Help! Pig's got Kuno!
Help! He's...
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before...
Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno beats the shit out...
Yeah, that's right!
Bang! Got fucked by the...
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body...
Active decay.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Kuno!
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eye. There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 heavy workers' boots would... Isn't this something an industrial worker would...
Noted.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it...
Thank you for clearing that up.
Why? To keep the hobos and dry...
I thought as much.
Well, yes.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something prod at him and find out.
Callous? What are you? Krasmazov?
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the...
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container? We should return to the case of your mistaken identity at a later time.
What for? Mazov?
It concerns the case.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly...
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later.
There are these things called days. You sleep between...
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see any... You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Cop habit. This isn't case-related, you think. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and your... This trash container with a well-oiled crack The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see, milk, you've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your finger. No, searching for a box falls into pieces in your hands. But among the threadbare kitchen towels, as the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to...
The victim's clothes? Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets. The belt is missing. That's it.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long sleeve.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number.
The rest of the rags are just...
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from... Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash.
The fuck's he on about? Kids?
See?
The lieutenant nods. It's just organic. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks something larger. A clipboard.
Officer, is that your paperwork? It is. Look. The plastic has the RCM street grid on. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Well, lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist only in its so...
You've acquired an
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got...
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? It's a metaphor for you. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. If you want it to be... It's not though. It's toilet paper. Still wet, the toilet paper. I mean, kitchen tissue, sorry. An aluminium block runs the width. The surface is looks like an official mark. It is similar to the RCM watermark on your blazer the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about the headlights of his motor carriage? That you can read these there?
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information...
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved.
Any capable light with the right wavelength. Yes, RCM vehicles have had...
This means you can read the watermarks.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers, they're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight, and once in a while there's a red stamp that work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten. Yes, it appears you employ a title, one might say even. One that draws in... Yes, all caps. Others appear more. It's going to take an effort to piece these cases.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, it's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization... Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is for once all the tasks are accomplished. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn. The lieutenant looks at. He is not really saying anything.
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
The task you've completed. Inspect the interview. It's not exactly poetry. A satisfying. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. Things to be done and things.
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. That's actually what I was. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the... In the back, you see thin, then rip them from the... 3. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A monetary penalized, but they appear. These are quite sinister, all in a print so small it could... A dozen pages of thin copy. Yes, all that remains now is the rest of the stinking cell. It's made of dark blue plastic. Something rattles it, and something small inside. Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The plastic shimmers like lapis with your hands. You 4-sized pages hang from the acidic stench of, like the bits they put into pub. Which? You're not sure you smelled this one yet, or what? It's just a racist mug. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? But it was...
Yes? Excuse me? Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. You've misplaced some you time? This is a police investigation. Not please do.
The lieutenant is pretty sure self-care is just a euphemism for nihilistic binge drinking. No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? Not a fan.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command.
Try work. The case at hand. It can work fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give... Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama...
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could...
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your stick.
The theme on that pinball machine, clinging to a picture book version of the past century, it comes free with a 6-pack of Vermilion. The sentiment is called...
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. I think fugue states are more your forte, officer. Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. The trash collection service? See.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be... Thank you anyway.
Yes. Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes. Yes. Have you got it? A lot. A lot. For the room, drinks a lot. A lot. Like what? I was rarely enjoying...
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body... An inconspicuous pile. It's nothing. Someone just glad you asked. When junior researcher Olari Tal invented Eternite,